what do you make of the switching quarterbacks in this matchup? Early in the week it seemed like it'd be Sean again, and then they go to a rookie who started one game. How do you view that, just from your perspective?
Challenge. I mean, there's not a whole lot of film on a guy like this, but we have one game and then some preseason stuff. But other than that, it's just what their cultural beliefs are. I mean, running the football is something they do very well. They're really effective in the screen game, and obviously you have two on the edge you can take some shots at as well. So they're going to give him opportunities to be able to make plays, and it's our job to stop him.
TJ, we all know that the Browns are basically a running team. Does this make them even more one-dimensional when you have a quarterback switch, especially a rookie?
I think it'd be easy to say yes, but you never know. I mean, there could be an RPO aspect of it. There could be more boots. There could be more play pass. You won't really know until you step inside a stadium with them. But just like any other team we face, it's all about how you stop the run early in the football games. It doesn't matter if you're facing a rookie quarterback, if you're facing a 7-time All-Pro quarterback. If they're running the football effectively, they're going to continue to do it.
Do you specifically do anything different against rookies or young guys that you haven't faced that haven't seen a pass rush quite like you and Alex?
No. I mean, at the end of the day, the guy is in the position to play because he's been successful at what he does, and they believe in him and what he can do, and they think he's a quarterback that can help them win. So I have respect for a guy like that. Treat him no differently than any other quarterback.
You aren't treating him any differently, but why have you guys had so much success against rookie quarterbacks?
I don't know. I mean, just executing, having good game plans, being able to execute. Had a good week of being locked in here in practice, and just want to continue to keep this train going.
TJ, I know you're a big film guy, but in the off-season, do you ever look at Miles and see what he's doing and other people around the league?
I mean, I honestly don't watch a whole lot of film in the off seasons, but I see what's going on around the league. I see all the premier edge rushers, and you see a sack tape every other week or every couple weeks, and you see a lot of the guys that are doing it at a high level, and always try to take at least one part of their game if you can.
The last time a defensive guy got even one league MVP vote was your brother in 2014. Just why do you think it's so hard for defensive guys to get votes for that mainstream award?
I don't know. I don't even have an answer for that question.
TJ, I know every game is important, but when you're playing a division opponent, do you stress the importance of not only these next two games will do wonders for this, but postseason implication, division standings, and everything?
Man, we got to win. We have to win, and I'm 7 years in now, and it's just win. Take it 1 week at a time, and everything will handle itself. You can't be looking too far off and writing off a rookie quarterback making his first or second start in his career. It's all about what we can do this week to provide a win, and then we'll figure out all the other stuff later.
TJ, how does Mykal Walker fit in with you guys here in a short time?
Oh, a guy that, I think he's had 100-plus tackles in Atlanta, a guy that came in. He's being as vocal as possible for a guy that's just new to the system, but he's been flashing, making good plays, a guy that's sideline to sideline. I'm excited.
You guys have played a lot of weird games in Cleveland since you've been here. What are some of your memories of going up there, whether it was the tie or the Boswell game a couple years ago when you couldn't see?
Yeah, it's usually cold, rainy. I don't know. I am excited, honestly, for just an atmosphere, a road atmosphere in the AFC North. It's going to be pretty much us against all of Cleveland, and I'm really looking forward to that type of atmosphere. So, yeah.
TJ, I know Mike, maybe 10, 11 years ago, used to say style points don't matter when it comes to winning or losing. Is that the same type of feeling this team has right at this moment?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. No one's going to remember in 10 years what the scores were, how outcomes of games. It's all about wins and losses. And each and every week, we're just trying to get the job done. And that's not to say that we're not trying to get style points or anything, but we understand there's so much more good football that is left in the tank for us. We're not trying to peak right now, but we are trying to continually trend in the right direction.
Okay, when you go up against a quarterback like this, especially a team like this, the Browns, they're going to run. Are you expecting more run? Are you expecting him to throw it all over the field at all?
I think, one start under his belt, you would hope they would rely on that running game to get going and then go from there. I think you don't want to put it all on the shoulders, but you want to make sure that the run game's established and you don't come one-dimensional.
You've been a part of a lot of defenses that have had success against rookie quarterbacks. What is it that you guys are able to unlock that makes you so successful against these guys?
Every challenge is different. I think the one thing we have to realize with this, we're not just playing the Browns offense, we're playing the Browns defense as well. And with that, there's going to be some struggles on our side for offense. So we view it as we got to get turnovers, we have to get after them, we have to stop the run. You got to put them in situations where you can create splash. A lot of times in that run game, it can just come down and, they're happy getting 2 to 3 yards. But if you can, make them pass the ball, throw it into tight situations, and really capitalize on it, and have short fields, that's really huge in a game like this.
Is the key not giving up the chunk runs? If they get 4 yards, it's 4 yards, but you can't give up 20.
Yeah, you look at the last time we played them, they had one big run coming out of the half that kind of, exacerbated what was done in the run game. For the most part, I thought we did a pretty good job. We got some turnovers that really flipped the field, and we got touchdowns out of them as well. So that's the recipe for success. But, play in and play out, you got to stop the run.
Does it bother you when you hear the narrative you guys are doing it with smoke and mirrors? I mean, does that bother you? Does it bother anybody?
Who the heck is saying that? I don't I don't think anyone's really talking to me saying, because if they already feel dumb about saying that to me. But I just think, who are they judging? Like, they're not in this. Smoke and mirrors. Screw you. We worked too hard for this. These guys dedicate their lives, and we try to be a good defense. Smoke and mirrors. I think that's a cloud of smoke.
Cam, Mykal Walker obviously is a new face. How does he fit in this limited time he's been around you guys?
He's been great. Just trying to understand the playbook, trying to be extra loud on communication and stuff. Having a guy like Landon Roberts is huge for him. Him and Mark Robb. Mark Robb's got playing time last year, but between those 3 guys, we just have to continue to keep communication and relieving them with the front end and the back end. There has to be a level of communication. I know we haven't been on the road in a while, so it's a different factor, and we got to be a little bit more keen on that.
Even when you guys were on the road, it was really a Pittsburgh home game in LA, Las Vegas. So I guess this will be the most raucous atmosphere.
What are you saying? We can't take over the Cleveland Stadium?
I don't know that that's going to happen.
We'll see.
Yeah, I guess you got to make it go that way.
Yeah.
Also, safety's banged up too. Does it help at all that you guys have been in this position before, including as recently as last year, that Tampa game when pretty much all the usual faces were hurt and you were relying on practice squad type guys?
You never get used to it, but you're always prepared for it. And I think Coach T prepares us that you're a starter in waiting. You're not a bench guy, and this is your opportunity this season. That comes with a good week of practice, guys talking, communicating, and guys just feeling comfortable in their positions. If they feel if they can do that, they'll be successful on Sunday.
Cam, I know you stress the importance of every game, but I mean these 2 games, division games, do you stress how important these are for potential postseason implications and everything?
AFC North is always important. You never want to shy away from those games. You can sit over here and talk about NFC, AFC, but when it comes to AFC North, it means so much more. It comes down to, a couple of possessions here and there that can change a game. I know when we play Baltimore, it's usually like 3 points, but, anytime we're in these type of games, it really does come down to a lot.
But also a huge advantage in the division standings, too. I mean, not only with a win.
If you can gain a standings, especially in your division, man, it definitely does wonders going forward, and you can't shy away from that.
Cam, it's been more than 40 years since a defensive guy has won the NFL MVP, the league MVP award. Why do you think it's so hard for defensive guys to get that award?
Because the media only wants to see points scored. There's plenty of defenders that are deserving of it. Throughout the years, I think we've just almost made the MVP award the offensive award because it's pretty. It's cool when you score points. I think we shy away from, defense perfection. We shy away from sacks. We shy away from tackles for loss, interceptions. That's cool for us, especially for us, but I don't know to the common viewer or a media person that they really want to talk about that. Do you guys want to talk about defense all the time?
We do.
Oh, now you're in Pittsburgh.
We're in Pittsburgh.
But I think a lot of times it gets hidden behind. There are a lot of great athletes and a lot of great offensive players, but I would definitely love to see some more defensive MVPs.
So with a guy like TJ, who is doing everything, what do you think he has to do to get the votes to even get 8 MVP votes?
I don't know. Luckily I don't have a vote because I would have been voted for him already. I think he's doing what the team is asking him to do. And when you have a guy like that, you have to plan for him week in and week out, and that's usually not enough. So, that's the type of guy that's worthy of an MVP case.
And last Thursday night, Jason Kelsey was talking about on the Thursday night broadcast just how the way that they manage the workloads of veteran players has changed. He credits that for maybe extending his career. What have you seen in terms of the way that the thinking has evolved as it comes to how much guys play and resting guys throughout the week?
Yeah. This is the first year I really had to deal with more resting than, coming off surgery and, dealing with the bulk of the plays. But, I think we've been more progressive in that. I don't need to see every Wednesday to play every Sunday. I can take the mental reps and stay locked in. Sometimes it's great for the younger guys to get those reps because there's a level of focus that they need to get they haven't established yet. But for older guys, it needs to be a ramp-up period to Sunday. It's not necessarily start from square one and end it, there. It's let's keep going, let's keep progressing towards Sunday.
How does that compare to when you were a rookie?
Oh, that's definitely changed. Rookies get no respect, and rightfully so. I think you got to prove yourself. You got to prove your body of work, and they got to continue to trust you.
Do you think guys like Miles and Myles Garrett and TJ should be in that conversation this year?
No doubt about it. With TJ, I don't know how many pressures he has right now, but he's top 5 in sacks. Got a couple turnovers. Should have had 2 touchdowns. But he's playing with his hair on fire, and he's been like that since he's been in the league. So I'm excited to finally see him work each and every day, be in the huddle with him on Sundays, and it's really amazing to see him go to work and have that mindset each and every day to destroy.
Pat, obviously the Browns like to run the football. Mm-hmm. Are they even more one-dimensional now with a rookie quarterback back there? Well,
we're going to have to wait and see because, last week I felt like they got into their offense a little bit, but we know Cleveland always want to run the football and rely on their defense and, take the big shots when they can. So I think it's going to be a little bit more emphasis on the run game. But honestly, I think their playbook is going to be their playbook. Their routes are going to be their routes. They're going to still do some of their meat and potatoes, but may dress it up a little bit different, but leaning on the run a little bit more because they don't want to have their young quarterback, throw the game away, especially when they have a defense that's playing as good as they're playing. So we'll see. We'll have to wait and see what their game plan is going to be. But, looking at it as a totality, we're definitely got our head down, ready for this run game.
Pat, you said you were excited to show your versatility and be a football player. Mm-hmm. It seems like every other rep you're changing position.
I know.
How are you handling that, and how's communication from that standpoint going with this?
Man, still getting my feet wet. I really feel like my communication is getting better week in and week out because I'm still new at all the different positions that I've been playing throughout this season. But it's been so much fun for me because it gives me an opportunity not only be engaged into the game plan, but give me an opportunity to line up in different spots to have an opportunity to make plays versus just being lined up on the outside of the numbers. I'm only going to get a certain amount of routes. There's only certain things I can jump. Now, being a ball player, like I alluded to last week, having an opportunity to read the quarterback and try to make plays on the football.
You guys have a lot of moving pieces in the secondary, some questions about injuries. How has that challenged you guys from a preparation standpoint, and what's going to be the key if you are missing some guys on Sunday?
And Coach Tomlin and Grady and TA does a great job throughout OTAs, minicamp, training camp for situations like this because it's a long football season. We know There's going to be guys in and out of the lineup, but we have to make sure that the guy who number is called is ready to go. Like Coach always talked about, you got to jump on this moving train because we can't slow down for you because we got places to be and places to go. So, I have all the trust, in Omar and Coach Tomlin that they're going to get the guys that best fit our system to help us win ball games.
What stands out to you about Trent Thompson? It looks like he could be a guy that could be asked to play a little bit more.
Yeah, I think Trent is definitely going to have his shot to play this week. I know he has a hat for sure. We just have to wait and see how the Florida game go. But he had a great week of preparation this week. He's been with us since camp. Physical safety. I know you guys saw a little bit of him in preseason. So he's a guy that has a knack for the football. He's a guy that will come up and hit you, in tune with the defense. So I'm excited to see him get his shot and go out there and play big for us.
I know every game is important.
Cam was just saying that in addition to obviously playing the Browns offense, you guys are also playing their defense. In a way, you've got to get turnovers, you got to limit time of possession. Just how much of that is a factor when you're preparing for this game?
We got to be the best defense in the stadium. I mean, it's not much more I can say to that. We have to be the best secondary defense in the stadium come Sunday.
I know every game is important, but do you guys stress the importance of this particular stretch in this game because so many things can happen, and this can kind of propel you into a really good situation for the postseason?
Well, I've been in the league for a long time, and I understand that November and December football is the most important because now you start to separate the pretenders and the contenders. If we want to be that playoff team, if we want to be a championship caliber football team, this is the time where we have to start separating ourselves. I believe we have the guys in this locker room. We definitely have the coach that's been there, done that understands the importance of December and November and December football. Not only that, we about to go through this gauntlet of AFC North opponents. Where we got five more somewhere in there, 5 more AFC North opponent games. That could be the difference on where we end up at the end of the year. So November football is important for everybody because that's when those division games and you start separate yourself on the back half of the season.
Pat, asking Cam about doing it with basically smoke and mirrors. Some people think that, and he said, "Screw you," not to me, but to the people saying that. Is that
we doing it with smoke and mirrors?
He said those people. He said, "Screw you, screw them guys." Is that the feeling the team has? You have?
Nah, Coach says it best. Each and every week, man. Our business is winning, and we're winning.
And TJ said you're not a finished product, so that's something to look forward to. That you might be 6-3, but
oh yeah, I mean, we understand that we're still scratching and clawing at the surface, but so much football to play, a lot of good opponents in front of us to really see what we have and what we learned from in those first 8-9 games of the season.
Pat, Jason Kelsey was talking about on Thursday Night Football how the way that veterans are used during the week, like their workload, has changed a lot, and he credits that for extending his career.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of differences have you seen as a veteran in this league in terms of early when you were first, second, third year, what they would do with the veterans versus what maybe some of your experiences now?
It's kind of pretty much, when I came into the league, they're pretty much doing the same thing now. I was fortunate enough to be around some older coaches like Bruce Arians, Ken Wisenhunt. Both of those guys came from here, right. So they kind of understood, they need their 5-star players to the stadium. Obviously we want to get the guys their looks throughout the week of preparation, but we have to get those guys to the stadium. And I saw it all the time. My first 5 years, I practiced each and every day like Joey's doing right now. And, I saw Larry, Joey Porter Sr., those guys always had like a Wednesday or a Thursday off, but the coach always did a great job of not giving every veteran that day off because you still need some continuity out on the football field of communication and make sure guys having the right practice etiquette. So, you definitely want to take care of the older guys because our bodies just don't turn over just like those 24-year-olds.
Do you expect them to be a little more one-dimensional in this game?
I think they're going to try to safeguard them in some ways, not expose them to too much, try to keep the menu small, and definitely lean on running the ball. So as a defensive line and defense in general, we got to be prepared to stop the run.
So you're a rookie, so you obviously know what he's going through, playing without a lot of experience. What do defenses do against rookies to kind of throw them off their game, especially a young quarterback in a situation like that?
Yeah, I feel like a good approach to that would be just kind of getting him off the spot, making his eyes, not letting him see everything and having a good disguise on what we're doing to try to confuse him a little bit, make his process get slowed down a little bit, and then we got to get after him up front, put pressure on him, get him off the spot.
Keeanu, what's changed for you here over the last couple of weeks? And why have we seen better production? Like what's clicked? What do you think you've really improved on?
I feel like it just comes with getting more reps, getting a better understanding of our defense and what we're trying to accomplish. And that's something that I've been getting taught through the older guys and through our coaches. And I feel like, personally, I'm just starting. I don't think it's been drastic changes, but just fine-tuning those details and nuances of the game.
Do you feel like it's helped kind of like coming along slow where you weren't thrown into it right away? You got to learn. And
I feel like because I've had, like, first game I didn't have too many snaps. I got like 16, 20-something, 30-something, 40, so my snaps progressively got more and more, so it wasn't like I was just thrown into the fire.
How much has that helped your comfort level out there and making the progression into being a full-time guy?
Yeah, just kind of getting your feet wet in the beginning. I feel like it was a necessity because kind of you go out there as a rookie, young guy, big-headed, not big-headed, but bright-eyed, just seeing everything, seeing too much, getting out of your gap, kind of just letting anxiety take over. So I feel like it was a good approach to just let me get a couple reps here and there, and then just start to lean on me more and more as I got comfortable.
How comfortable are you feeling out here right now?
Man, I feel really good. I mean, just all week long, I've been taking extra meetings in with AC. I've been up there with him, talking to DC, talking to BB coach. I feel really good, really comfortable. I'm ready to go.
Fairly simple or easy transition for you coming in here?
Yeah, man. I mean, I haven't played it all year. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what the challenge was, I was ready for an opportunity. And in this business, I mean, when your opportunity gets called, there's no excuses. So you gotta go. You gotta be ready. And I'm ready to go.
Speaking of playing, how much playing time you think you're going to get this weekend?
All I know is they told me I'm playing today. I can't ask for nothing more than that. I got an opportunity, no matter if it's one player or a whole game. I'm ready to go.
Been out there a lot with the Landon. How have those interactions gone? How do you feel you guys work as a pair?
It's been good, man. I mean, like I said, I mentioned earlier, like he's a physical backer. I feel like my athleticism and versatility is going to play out for him really well. I think it'll be a really good fit for us too.
So from a communication standpoint, what are some of the things you've learned from him, and how do you feel communicating within the defense?
Just watching the way everybody operates. Whenever you go to a new team, you got to see, how everybody operates, how people like to be talked to, how people like to be commanded. So, like, for me, just watching him do that every day, and obviously I'm going to get to see him turn up on game day. It's a whole different level. So I'll be able to see that, and I've been seeing the way he's approached the guys and stuff like that. So it's been really good.
TJ said you're a good communicator, and he said you've shown some flash out there too. When a guy like TJ Watt says that about someone new coming in here, how does that make you feel?
Man, it's huge, man. I mean, I was with, I don't know if you know, Grady Jarrett, in my opinion, one of the best. I mean, I was over there for the Raiders for a little bit, and Max Crosby, one of the best. I mean, anytime you have a guy of their caliber, TJ Watt, I mean, he's top of the top. So anytime you get one of those, it just gives you confidence. I mean, obviously, if the coaches say I'm ready to play and I've only been here for a short period of time, that means they believe in me. I believe in myself, and now I'm getting my teammates. That's huge.
What kind of player are you for the people that Steeler fans that aren't familiar with you?
I can't wait to show you on Sunday, man. That's all I can say about that. I think, like I said, I have a lot of versatility I've experienced. I just can't wait to go out there on Sunday and show these fans and everybody I'm still here.
Talking about communication, have you guys figured out if you're going to wear the green dot, if it's a Landon, how does that kind of get decided?
We've both been repping it in practice. I assume he will, but at the end of the day, I'll be ready to go if I do get that number. We've both been playing dime package a little bit. We've both been doing that. We're sharing reps in that aspect of it, but in my opinion, I think it would be him, but I'm ready to go if I get the dot.
You had some battles against Pitts in practice down in Atlanta. I mean, how did that sharpen you, and how do you feel about your coverage skills?
Man, Pitts he's one of a kind, man. Let me tell you. I mean, I think this tight end is a hell of a player too, though. So, like I said, I mean, when you get a player like these guys, especially, you got to put extra time in extra studying. It's not all about just who runs 40 faster. You got to see the release. You got to see what kind of formation they're in, what their stance is looking like, and this player, you got to have that attention for him.
But you feel confident about that part of your game, the coverage game?
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, I can't wait to get out there and show everybody.
You were talking when we talked earlier this week about how you're a guy who's always had to prove himself. What do you remember about the experience of just being recruited, being a zero-star guy, having to go the D2 route?
It was always just to be honest, it was always about like always prove myself right. You know, I always say I'm not here to prove people wrong. I'm here to prove myself right. Then this situation happened. You know, and I'm blessed. I've done a lot of things in my career, just not NFL style, but you know, high school, college, and stuff like that. Now it's time to go prove people wrong. You know, people. I mean, I was on the couch for 9 weeks. I mean, even this team didn't pick me up. You know what I'm saying? So now it's time to go prove people wrong and let them know who I am.
Obviously, you've had some 100-tackle season before, but do you think you've opened eyes already being here in that short amount of time, or do you feel like you have to do that in this game?
I don't feel like it, but it's November. You know, it's a big-time football league. I think I've never been to the playoffs. I've never been, quite honestly, you have a record of +3 before. So, like, you know, for me, it's like this is culture here. This culture is winning, and it's like demanded of you. So, you know, I go out there this Sunday, have a great game. I gotta expect the same thing. I gotta be better next week, you know. So it's always gonna be about that, just getting better and coach the team. A great example talking about it's November. You know, you gotta remember these games. So we gotta go.
Mykal, you mentioned Saints, Falcons, and how intense that can be. Are you ready for Sunday and what Browns Steelers can be?
Oh man, I'm excited, man. Browns, Steelers, Ravens. I mean, I'm excited for the whole NFC North. I think AFC North. I'm excited for it all. Like I said, I've been in some big time games, the Saints and the Carolina and everything. So for me, I'm just gonna take it all in. Just, you know, obviously do your job, but there's gonna be a time I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna go out there and not feel nothing. You know, let the jitters go, and that's good. I mean, it's healthy. So I'm excited to go.
So college, you played mostly edge rusher in the 4-3. So what was the transition from being an edge guy to then moving on?
I know my coach got tired of me. Spring ball, he was in there every day. Like, I don't think I saw a guard pull for the first 3 weeks of practice. But I mean, it's something I've just been keying on and honing in on, and something that the coaches do a really great job. All the coaches I've had throughout the years done a really good job of getting me to this point. So obviously, just give a big credit to them, and I just can't wait to go out there on Sunday.
What's the biggest difference when you're playing a different position?
I mean, middle backer, everything. You know, if you're on the edge rush, I mean, you really just beat the guy in front of you. But in the middle backer, you got to know what's going on. You got to take command. I mean, it's been fun. It's been a really good transition. Like I said earlier, he said I had the green dot last year. You know, I've done it before. I know what to expect. You know, I've done the 2-minute, can't breathe, got to get the calls out. So it's all it's something that I'm comfortable with doing. And if I get called upon that here, I'm ready to do it.